Good evening, is a royal rant for you, or should we call it a party political broadcast on the gym owners pissed off party? Should we call it that? Yeah, let's call it that, because perhaps I shouldn't have done this royal rant at the moment, because like most business owners in the UK at the moment, small business owners should I say, small business owners who are trying to be driven out, we're really pissed off. We really are, because we've jumped through hoops, and I'm not very good at jumping through hoops. I'm a guy who makes my own decisions, makes my own paths, and make my own judgments. So when the government tell me to do stuff, sometimes it's through gritted teeth, but we've done it. We've done what you've asked, Mr. Johnson. We've put all the things in place, but apparently now, people's mental and physical health is not an essential service. It really isn't. And my phone hasn't stopped ringing off the hook. It really hasn't stopped ringing off the hook since this lockdown announcement. Grown men, big guys saying, listen, Dino, I need this. Not just for the actual training, for my head. It's what we do. I need it. It's my escape. But apparently for the government, they don't give a flying F. And I tell you what, I've got my own personal thoughts about this corona bollocks. I really have. Some people say it's a conspiracy. Some people say it's come from China. Well, if it's come from China and I'm led to believe they've killed over 1 million people, then you'd bomb the bastards, wouldn't you? So perhaps it is all made up. Who knows? But I don't really give a shit about that at the moment. There's one thing I do care about at the moment is the gym, this gym, and my members. I care about that and the staff. That's what I care about, because we've had just about enough. And to tell you why we've just about enough, because my amazing members have done everything asked of them, everything. They've wiped every handle, every machine. They've done their bit, they've done their best. And so have we at Dino's Gym, and like your gyms and health clubs up and down the country. You've done your bit. You've put your hand in your pocket and you've had to buy cleaning products, toilet rolls, like going out of fashion, kitchen rolls so they can wipe the stuff down, Zoflora and all this hand sanitizer, which everyone's inflated on the internet, what we've had to buy because old Boris said we've got to do that. We have to do that, apparently. But what's the point? Because my amazing members have done all that. My amazing staff have done all that. Your amazing members have done all that. Your amazing staff have done all that. For what? Well, for fuck all. For no good reason. When you got places like JLR up the road from me, Jaguar Land Rover, they've had 250 plus cases, plus one last week, allegedly, if this corona existed. But they're still going. They're still going. They're an essential service, they are. But it doesn't matter how many cases of shit they've had. They're still going. But us down the road, we're not. We're not going. And do you know how many cases we've had? Zero. Fuck all. Zero. Because we do a good job. And we've been punished and penalised for doing a good job. So why should we even doing it? Why should I ask my members to clean the machines down when it's all just a load of bollocks? It means nothing, because we've had zero cases, because we do our track and trace, we do our due diligence, and we do everything the governments have asked to keep our business going. Well, I tell you now, Boris, you're walking on thin ice, brother. The universities, they're open. Now, what would I be doing as a 20-year-old kid in my house, sharing it with a load of mates? Of course I'd be pissed. That's what I'd do. But that's why you need to close them, son. Or just leave it, or everything open. That's what you got to do, son. It's either all closed or all open, mate. It's got to be fair. It's all about fairness. You can't lock a clean and healthy gym with clean and healthy people with zero cases of this corona for fuck all. You can't close us down for that, mate, and give us no money. Just tell me to shut the gym and give us no money. And then we've got the schools. They're open. Going around playing with the mates, which they should do at school. And then going back to mummy and daddy and giving them a kiss, or going to see the nan on the way home and giving her a kiss. She has no idea what little old Johnny's been mixing with. But they should shut the schools. Of course they should. But one thing you do need, not about this for me, it's gone way past that. It's people's mental and physical health. I've seen the change in people since they've been back off their lockdown, and how they've grew back, and the confidence, and how happy they are to start looking good again and feeling good again. And you've closed it down for nothing, for zero cases, and perfect track and trace for the corona. Does it exist? Doesn't it exist? At the moment, I really don't give a flying fuck, because I know one thing what does exist, Dino's Gym and your gyms and health clubs up and down the country, what have had your arse kicked for doing fuck all, nothing. You got the police knocking our doors down now, and heavy-handed, and going to arrest us and fine us for keeping people fit. Yes, up the road, they're knocking out cars like there's no tomorrow to go to China to China, and they've got fucking 250 cases and making money out of China. The very people, they say, have killed over 1 million people, but they couldn't have done, because if they'd have killed over 1 million people back in my day, Margaret Thatcher would have bombed the bastards. So if they haven't killed over 1 million people, and we haven't got to bomb the bastards, then it's all fucking made up. But anyway, I don't give a shit about that. I'm digressing. What I do care about is Dino's Gym and my amazing members. But I tell you one thing, Boris, you've got to be really, really careful, because there's an old thing called people power. Now, back in the day, you youngsters out there, if you're under 25, you won't remember it was called the poll tax. And they tried to shaft your mum and dad or your nan and granddad with a thing called poll tax. And what happens with us back in the day, we were slightly different to you youngsters these days. You look at that phone there and you go, oh, Boris says we've got to stop in. Oh, we'll stop in. Oh, Boris said we can only go into one shop at a time. Oh, we'll go into one shop at a time. Now, we were slightly different in the 70s and 60s. But people would say to us, Boris would have said to us, you got to stop in for 2 weeks, or you got to close that gym, even though you've got no cases and no one's had to go to hospital or anything like that. You got to close your gym. Now, what would have happened in the 70s or 80s? We'd have gone, fuck off. That's what we'd have said. We wouldn't have done it. We wouldn't have stumped for this bullshit. But I can feel that feeling now. I haven't felt it since the 70s or 80s. You can feel it in my voice now. People have had enough, Boris. People have had enough. Don't underestimate people power. Because I tell you one thing, Boris, you try and take my gym off me, my son and my members, you got another thing coming, mate. You've got another thing coming, mate. Because I will fucking fight you for that. I will. Because I've worked 50 years to build that gym, Boris, for my fabulous members and my son who's going to take it over and fully deserves it. And you think you're going to take that off him? You got not a fucking chance, mate, because we'll start doing what we did with the poll tax. We'll start playing up and we'll have some people power. I'm ashamed that we had to do that and you drove us to that in the 70s and 80s, you Tories, with this poll tax. But we had to stand up for what was right, and our gyms should be open. You need it, and she needs it. We need it for that and our physical health. We do a great job at gyms. We track and trace on the way in with the computers, and you've got all your cleaning stations, and we've had 0 cases, and you've shut us down. Hey? I mean, I'm not going to talk about whether this corona exists or don't exist at the moment. What I do care is about my amazing members and our amazing gym. And it ain't going to close, Boris. It ain't going to close. So something's going to have to give. You want to close us down, Boris? And you think that this, after this fucking month's lockdown, you're not going to increase it? Of course you are, Boris. And drive out these small little businesses. I mean, there's a lady in Cornwall who phoned me up. They've got a little gym down there, a little 20 or 30 membership gym. She ain't going to make it, mate. She ain't going to make it. But you wouldn't care about that. I mean, you fat fucks in Parliament, you have no idea. You couldn't touch your toes unless Michael Portilla was standing behind you giving you one. You have no idea about health and fitness. You have no idea. You're all on the make anyway. You was on the piss in the bleeding Parliament bar till 10:30 at night till we shut you down. You cannot be trusted. And I don't trust you, Mr. Johnson. I don't believe a single word you say. I don't believe what's happening. But what I do believe is you're not going to take Dino's Gym down. Do you understand that? So whatever it takes, after the second or third, whether we've got to do things a bit more drastic and take things into our own hand, we will do whatever it takes, because you will not close gyms down. The kids need it. We need it. I need it. And plus, we deserve it. We've worked all our life in our little businesses, and you're trying to shaft us, and you've shut us down with no money again. How much can we take, Boris? As you can see by my voice, not very much longer, son. So you, Boris, have got till the 2nd of December. Not us, you have. And don't blame the NHS. The NHS are fantastic. I'm not going to clap for you anymore, NHS. We're going to turn it on them. The reason the NHS is in the shit right up to its fucking eyeballs is because of lack of investment for years and years and years. They do 60 hours for a £5 or £10 an hour, saving the most vulnerable and the most fucking people we care about. They do that job for fucking next to nothing. Next to nothing. And also, I mean, on another subject, what other country do you go to and have your eyes done and this done and that done for fuck all when you haven't paid into the system? But that's another subject. So please don't come the NHS bollocks with us, mate. We love the NHS, but it's you governments over the so many years who have shafted them, mate. You've shafted them. I'd gladly play another penny into the NHS. Of course I would. They're fantastic. But don't turn it on us saying they're under stress. They are under stress. I know they're under stress. They're under maximum stress, the NHS. For one reason, Boris, and one reason only, your government and previous governments who have shafted them, mate, and shafted them and shafted them. So don't put the onus on us. You sort it out. You've got till the 2nd of December or the 3rd of December, Boris. And I tell you what, mate, it's going to be all gloves off. If you think fucking Mayweather's tough, brother, hey, you wait till the fucking Brits start rocking and rolling, mate. I tell you what, Churchill, mate, I wish you was here now. Or Thatcher. Fuck me, mate. Boris is shit.